Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So today we're going to talk about top 10 niche fragrances to start your collection. If I or anyone else were to start their collection again, their niche collection again, or start it for the first time, these are the 10 fragrances that I would recommend. And I recently did a similar video about top 10 designer fragrances that every woman must have. If you haven't watched it, I'm going to link it up here. But today we're going to concentrate on niche fragrances. And just like I did with my designer video, I'm also going to divide my niche fragrances into different categories, although they will be different than in a designer video. So when you're starting your niche collection, you definitely need to have at least one Gourmand. I think it's a must. Now, the Gourmand that I would choose, and this was really a tough choice because, as you know, I love Gourmand scents and I have so many. But if I was to choose only one, I would say go with Xerjoff Lyra. I think this is a universally liked scent. It is so mass appealing. I think majority of the people, when they try this scent, they really like it or maybe even love it. At least that's kind of my impression. So the main notes in this fragrance are blood orange, cinnamon, caramel, licorice, vanilla, and I've said many times that to me, it smells like a sweet pastry with lemon. Although there is blood orange, I get more of a lemon feel. There are notes in here. There's licorice. I think there's lavender in here as well. And these were the two notes that really worried me when I first purchased this because this was a blind buy for me. I'm not a huge fan of either one of those notes, and to my nose, I don't get them here at all. To me, this is a sweet lemon pastry. It is so delicious. It is so beautiful. I think it is completely universal. So if I was starting my niche collection all over again and I needed to choose a Gourmand, I would definitely go for Lyra. Now, for your niche collection, I also think you need to have an oud scent. But when you're starting your collection, I think that probably most of us are not really used to oud. It's not, such a common note, let's say, especially in designer fragrances. And so when we're starting our niche collection, maybe we're not as used to oud or as familiar with it. So I wanted to choose a fragrance that has very beginner-friendly type of oud. And the one that I chose is Velvet Rose and Oud from Jo Malone. To me, it has one of the gentlest and lightest ouds in this, but it is still there, it is still present, and it gives sort of a strength and backbone to this fragrance. And of course, this has rose, of course, this has praline, and it has oud. These are the main players, and I love that there is praline in here instead of vanilla because it adds the sweetness, but it's slightly different types of sweetness than you would get from vanilla, which I think makes this fragrance really special. And like I said, oud is very, very beginner friendly. That's why I would recommend this one. Now, when you're starting your collection, you definitely need to have at least one Freshie in your arsenal. And I chose Virgin Island Water from Creed. I don't know if everyone will agree with me that this is a Freshie, but that's what I would consider it. The main notes in here are coconut, lime, ginger, sugarcane, and rum. And this fragrance is so intoxicating and so delicious and so addictive. I just love smelling it. It makes me so happy every time I smell this fragrance. This smells like drinking pina colada, sitting on a beach. It is definitely fresh, but at the same time it's sweet and it's a little bit boozy, but in a really kind of a refreshing way. So again, to me, this is a Freshie. I don't know if all of you would agree, but that's the Freshie that I would choose to start your niche collection. Now, of course, every collection needs a vanilla. how can we go without vanilla? And this category was even tougher for me than the Gourmand because vanilla is my absolute favorite note and I have so many vanillas. And I could have chosen so many here, honestly, but I decided to go with one of my newest acquisitions and my current vanilla obsession. This is Note Vanille from Mikolev. And this one kind of hits on two fronts. It is definitely a vanilla, but in addition to that, it is a boozy vanilla. So you're kind of, I think, checking off two categories. You have a boozy fragrance and you have a vanilla fragrance. So mainly we have in here citruses, florals, vanilla, cognac, rum, amber, sandalwood, and it is just a sweet, boozy, slightly woody vanilla. It is definitely sort of in the same vein as Spirituo's Double Vanille from Guerlain. You know, it is similar, but I would say that this one is stronger, deeper, kind of thicker type of vanilla, but has very similar characteristics as Guerlain Spirituo's Double Vanille. So again, Note Vanille from Mikolev is my choice for niche vanilla. Of course, we're going to also need a floral fragrance in our niche collection. And here I went with a classic. Just as soon as I thought about, okay, what floral niche fragrance I would choose, this one popped into my head immediately, and I just think it's a perfect choice because again, it's not overly complex. It is quite easy on the nose, and many enjoy it. Of course, I'm talking about Parfums de Marly Delina, and I have the original, but we now have three versions. There's original, there is the exclusive, and there is the newer version that was just released, Delina La Rosée. So you don't have to choose original. You know, some prefer one of the three over the others. You could go with exclusive, you can go with La Rosée. All of them share similar DNA with just, you know, small different nuances. For me personally, I prefer the original over the other two. This, of course, is rose, lychee, and rhubarb. I am completely crazy about the tartness and sourness of rhubarb. That's my absolute favorite part of Delina. Of course, I'm a huge fan of rose as well, and lychee brings a nice element of sweetness and creaminess to this scent. And when you put all of that together, you just get a stunning, beautiful floral scent. So definitely I would recommend starting with one of the versions of Delina. And we also need to have a fruity scent in our collection. And for that, I chose a fragrance from Mancera that's called Juicy Flowers. This is a really juicy, sweet, fruity scent. Such a beautiful fragrance. It has red fruits, it has citruses, pear, vanilla, musk. There are also floral notes in here. But to me, florals are really almost invisible in here. And you know, the name to me is quite deceiving. Juicy Flowers, to me, it's juicy fruits all the way. This fragrance to my nose is about fruits. Red fruits mixed with citruses. They're juicy, they're sweet, they're a little bit zesty, maybe a touch tart, and they definitely have some sweetness from vanilla, and they have some musk, and this is just such a delicious and addictive fruity concoction. So I would definitely go with Juicy Flowers as my choice for niche fruity scent. Now, if you didn't want to divide your fragrances into these different categories, you know, fruity, floral, vanilla, etc. What if you just wanted to have several scents? Then I also have chosen a few that will be great for daytime and a few that will be great for evening time and I think these will work for any weather or for any season. So my first choice for daytime is from Tiziana Terenzi, and this is Al Contrario. This fragrance is one of those bakery scents. So it has cacao, vanilla, tonka, hazelnut, sandalwood, and This really smells like you're inside of a bakery and they just brought out freshly baked bread or baguettes or something like that. It's not overly sweet, so it's definitely not a bakery where they make, you know, cakes or cupcakes or anything like that. It is more of a bakery that really makes bread. So it has that kind of baked good feeling, but it's not too sweet. There is a touch of cacao in here that is definitely evident, and sandalwood is here as well. It is just a beautiful daytime scent. Again, I think this is quite mass appealing. It is definitely unisex and one of my favorites. The other daytime scent that I have chosen is kind of on a lighter side, more of a floral citrusy scent. This is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Amorous Femme. Again, one of my all-time favorite scents. This has lemon, blossom, orange, amorous, iris, vetiver, musk, and this is a scent that contains a little bit of everything in it. It's a little bit citrusy, a little bit floral, a little bit powdery, a little bit green. It is sparkly, it is smooth, it is not overpowering, but at the same time, it's a scent that is always present. It is always there, despite being on the lighter side, and it's kind of a serene scent. For me, when I wear it, it really sort of calms me down and relaxes me, and absolutely love this one, and definitely would recommend it to someone who is starting their niche collection. And finally, let's talk about two fragrances that I would recommend for evening, you know, staying at home or going out, doesn't matter. The first one is Dlogs from Tiziana Terenzi. Spoken about this fragrance many times, but it's a really good one. It is, of course, about vanilla, coffee, and rose, and such a nice combination of all three. I think it appeals to people who love rose. It appeals to people who love sweet vanilla scents, and it has such a nice kick of coffee added in as well, which really makes it special. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent. Again, very unisex. I think it works for any time of the year. To me, it can be worn in cold weather or in warm weather, but I think it would be probably for most people, it will be more suited for evening time. And the last one here is a fragrance from Initio, the one that I just recently added to my collection. This is Psychedelic Love. Again, such a stunner of a fragrance. It has bergamot, heliotrope, ylang-ylang, hedione, rose, myrrh, sandalwood, and again, it has a mix of different things. It definitely has nutty quality. It is a touch powdery. It is a little bit sweet. It is a little bit floral, but very, very lightly. It is definitely creamy from the sandalwood, and all together, just such a beautiful, beautiful combination that just kind of surrounds you with this gorgeous cloud. Excellent, excellent performance. This has great projection, and that's why I think probably this is more suited for evening time. So again, this is Psychedelic Love from Initio. And this is the last fragrance on my list. So these are the 10 that I would recommend you choose if you're just starting your niche collection. I would love to know, what would you recommend as your must niche fragrances when starting your collection? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.